So it's actually Monday and my voice is almost gone, but and by it's almost Monday, I mean it's already Monday. Um, I just wanted to share a little bit what happened yesterday, Sunday, the 29th of January. First of all, Lizzie walked for the first time. It was crazy. One of the other little toddlers in church named Beckham stood up a little bit different than she does, and she watched that and thought, hey, maybe I should do that. So for 20 minutes she kept trying to stand up, and all it was leaning on your hands, putting your butt up in the air, and then standing up. But she had never tried that before. And so she did that, and when she finally succeeded in standing up, she just kind of started walking and walked a good 10 feet all the way to us. Spencer got the last half on video. So I'll be posting that as well. So exciting! So that was a week and one day before her first birthday that she walked. Yay. And she does a little bit around the house now. It's still just faster for her to crawl, and so she just does that, but she can walk now. It's a lot of fun. Yesterday also, before that, I don't think I've ever talked about Brooke McMaster. I haven't, because this is my fourth video. But 3 weeks after I had Lizzie, first week Spencer was home, second week my mom was here, and then the third week I was all on my own. Spencer had to go back to work, and my mom had to go back home, and I was just so overwhelmed and trying. Lizzie was finally getting healthier and was eating more, and I think at this point we were back on the bottle. We didn't have to use the a little siphon to feed her with a tube. We were done with that by week 3. But Brooke McMaster just showed up at my house and told me to go take a nap and watch Lizzie for me, and that she did that so much for the first 6 months of Lizzie's life. She would just stop by and say, hey, I'm running errands in town, let me take Lizzie. And through that, I of course wanted to pay her back somehow, and so I would go over and I would watch her kids while she was out, or her youngest is 6, so it wasn't really watching. I was mostly just being the adult presence there. But through that, through serving each other, we really developed a close bond. And then one day I had a dream that Brooke was trying to sell her house, and they couldn't, and they had already left, then come back. The house was pretty much empty, and Spencer and I were walking through it, and they offered us the house for $108,000. And we were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, yes. And so when I woke up, I just texted Brooke and I said, you're not moving, right? And she didn't respond for a long time, and then she responded, how did you know? And of course I thought she was just being funny, but it turned out that she had found out that night that she was moving to Utah, and just how crazy that was. And so I met her that morning, and I was the only person that knew. Haven't even told any of her friends or anything. Because I had had that dream, I was the only one that knew, and I was able to talk to her about it, and Lizzie's not going to sleep, but she's supposed to be. And it was really hard for her to leave. I'm not saying that I needed projects, but having her watch Lizzie and having me watch her kids and go over and just be at her house and feel at home there really got me through a lot of the first part of pregnancy and the first or the first part of being a mom and seeing what I want to be when I grow up. Her house, kids would just show up. Like all the kids in the neighborhood, whether they were really friends with her kids or not, they just kind of stop by and be wandering around the house and grab some snacks, and it was a safe haven. And that's really what I want my house to be. And anyway, fast forward to yesterday, and the sacrament hymn is being sung, and Lizzie decides that she's going to bolt for the door. So she crawls under the pew and is out of the door. So I walk out there, and it was one of those moments where, like, you see something out of the corner of your eye, and you're like, oh, that probably wasn't real. But then, like, my mind caught up, and I just saw Brooke, and it was just an overwhelming feeling of joy to see her again. I don't know if she even really cared to see me again, but for me, it was such a feeling of joy, and it really was another testimony that, you know, people come into your lives for certain reasons, and we may not know why, and we may not know for how long that they'll be there, but the Lord really does put people in your path when you need it, and for how long you need it. I didn't think I was ready to do it on my own, to take care of Lizzie, but I mean, I've survived. And I've learned to adapt and to be able to watch her kind of all the time instead of having like one day breaks. But I just love her so much, and I was so happy to see her. She was only intact for like 3 days, but even today, so now Monday, she sent out a text last night, Sunday night, and just said that they're going to have a painting party at Angela Hallstrom's. And just a little bit of background on that. Angela's son has leukemia, and they thought that he was done with treatments, and so they're like, oh good, and they bought all this paint for their entire downstairs, and they painted one wall, and then they had Wyatt go do a checkup, and it turned out that he had relapsed, and that was like 3 months ago, and now he has a lot of heart problems from the chemo treatments and from the radiation. And so, of course, there's no time to go paint your house. And Brooke, in the 3 days that she was home, organized all of us, organized the Relief Society, just sent out a text and said, hey, bring paintbrushes, bring rollers, bring drop cloths. We're going to paint her house. And we did. We did it all this morning. I know that we're planning on going back on Wednesday. And just following up, but I think our ward has forgotten what it was like to have a Brooke McMaster in our ward. Somebody that's looking out for everyone, and we'll find out all that information. I didn't know. I had no idea that she needed her house painted. I had no idea. I don't know if anybody else did either. I know there was a lot of questions about, like, when did this start, you know, but it's just amazing to have her back this weekend and to really kind of shock our Relief Society back into action, and it was wonderful, and I hope we continue to do stuff like that. I still have Lizzie, so I couldn't really help paint. But I did bring Diet Coke and donuts. And I'm going to do another video because this one's getting long. But just on some of my thoughts on Sunday, and again, just kind of talking about my day yesterday. Alright.